So welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Caroline. This is my second episode that I've ever done outside on my balcony, which I love. What can I tell you? So, oh my God, I just had the weirdest experience this morning, by the way. I went downstairs and I had got these new sun loungers, which most of you will have seen get delivered to me, which I absolutely love, which were a fortune, like a crazy amount of money for sun loungers, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. They've lasted me 24 hours. Some fucking giant mouse or rat, I presume, has got under the cover that I covered them with for the rain and eaten them. I'm like absolutely in shock. Absolutely love them, and I've had them 24 hours. I don't even know what to do. Actually, I'm not going to complain with what's going on in the world today. I absolutely can't believe it. I was going to do this whole thing about, New Year, and when you last heard from me, it was like the end of the year, or all my guests have been, and I'm now at the stage where the house is empty. I am trying to get back into the gym, so actually I did all my hormone tests yesterday, and they told me that everything is amazing and off the charts and perfect, except for my muscle mass is way below normal, which I'm really shocked about because I actually do a lot of sport. I wonder if that's from the Manjaro. I shouldn't even think about that. But like testosterone, estrogen, all of those things, I'm going to up my dose. Started growth hormones again, so that's really good. Got lots of energy. I can't, by the way, recommend replacing hormones for men and women enough. It's absolutely life-changing. There is no reason today to be sluggish, tired, miserable, depressed, any of these things. If you find the right doctor to work with, it's life-changing. I didn't even know this existed in Dubai. I was doing it in LA before and shipping everything over, my NAD. And it's amazing. I just got them yesterday and I'm very excited. I also did a full body sort of like, I don't know about anyone else, but does this area go, I'm a spray tanning addict, so I've got to get over that. I've got to get used to my skin being white because then it's so much softer. It feels amazing. I've got no makeup on right now, but the skin is, I did these lasers yesterday to change the texture. I think it's called Picotine. All these little things that just made me feel better that I'm starting to do at the beginning of the year, going to the gym today. And I'm getting back into my work and into the groove. The first Airbnb is about to come on the market. I kind of fucked myself on that one because I put a new kitchen in, took 20 days longer than I thought. So lost quite a lot of money in the wait and the run up, but never mind. When it comes, it will be fabulous. And about to close on the next two, so I can at least start those as well, get those going. Please underway. And it's just, Dubai is somewhere you really, really need to be focused because so many people, it's somewhere that can really eat you up. I have to say it's a double-edged sword because you have amazing, amazing people, but everyone visits. So for everybody else, it's like a holiday, right? So everyone lands, sees that the week before I've just had and goes, can you take us here? Can you take us there? And you have to have, that's where the boundaries that I talked about come in because you have to have them or you will go absolutely bananas because no one is going to respect your time or your energy. Everybody wants to meet you. And I think that's the biggest thing I'm going to do for myself. The year has started really weirdly, regardless. I think work-wise is amazing. I felt amazing. I went away. I had one really sort of wild day, I think of 9 hours drinking on the beach, which I kind of regret. All that bollocks you talk, but it was old friends, so who cares? And if, they don't know me by now, and then to see sort of what's going on in LA, and I know it's like, I don't get involved in politics, I don't get involved in anything online just because I don't know, everyone has an opinion and I don't know enough. But it's just, sad way to start the year and makes you think that anything can happen at any time. And I think what it does is just show you nobody's infallible. And to have a look around, so what did I do? I went running around to make sure I'm fully insured. I went running around to make sure, to think about things like, I live in a kind of townhouse. Like, how would I get out of this house if there was a fire downstairs? How would my kids get out? So like I ran off to buy like ladders that I can throw over the balcony. All of those kind of things that I think we all forget. And these houses pop up in like minutes. So I mean, at the end of the day, nothing's infallible. I mean, the wiring, I don't know what would happen. Like, I need to think about these things. And it was funny because people were going, oh, we didn't know what to take. Well, like, absolutely, what do you take? I didn't even know where my birth certificates, my kids' birth certificates, all of these things, that we just take for granted, you've got to think about. That's why last year I did my will. Paperwork. It's so important. I rechecked my house insurance, rechecked all of that kind of stuff. And this is just to remind everybody, because at the end of the year, and sometimes we forget things that overlap, or don't automatically renew, that it's so important to check that you're fully covered, check that, I think January's for checking your house is in order. And I don't mean the literal house, I mean just, everything. I just found out I had a license here that I didn't need anymore, but I just thought it expired. You have to actually cancel it, so now I've got late fees. Just stupid things, right? We all just get so caught up, and people forget things, or things change daily, that it's so important, I think, to spend a few days just absolutely writing everything down, mapping out the next few weeks, and taking 2025 on head on. And what does that look like for you? And I think if you take a little bit of time, even a day or so, to really sit down and think of your to-do list, what's on the list, what won't be achieved in the first week, obviously, what you've got to remember to do, and things to action, that makes it so much easier, because you can just tick them off. I'm very visual, that's why I have the vision board too. But I think doing those kind of things too, so that you see that you're making steps to the next bit. So Bust the Label is meant to be having a big launch in 1 month in America, which I can't wait to tell you all about. That's why it's been very, very quiet. It's not because it's not here, it's here. It's just I've been building up to going live in the States. And the property companies here, we're just working, and everything's beginning to come. So this year, I think you'll see more and more of what I want to build, and as things start working, the more offcuts of each thing I will do. I'm actually currently, I know you've heard me say this a million times, I'm working with Elizabeth Pearson right now to put our Hamptons retreat together, and I'm super excited about this because I really haven't had the luxury of time, and every time I've put it in, I've either had a TV show or something's come up here that I just couldn't move, and this time it's happening. So this is the year 2025, where I'm going to help you guys rearrange your lives just like I have, and get your house in order, and re-look at the things that we want to change, and to make changes, and also to force the people in your life to also do that, so they step up, that it's not just you. I think a lot of times, the last few weeks especially, I'm always the organizer, and I've really noticed who invites you back, who doesn't, who you get calls from, who just expects, and I think that's a good cleanse as well. The friends that you don't see so often, but they're always there. I had Kristen, I had Parson, everyone in my house. We see each other twice a year, maybe. Parson and I once a year, because of the lives we all lead. But we've been in our lives, 12 years now, maybe 10, 12 years. And it's not about that. We slip straight back into being family, and that's what life is. And I was talking to even, Shiva, who I haven't seen for ages. She moved to Buenos Aires. We kind of just drifted apart because our lives took different directions. No fallout. But she wrote me a beautiful message the other day, just saying how grateful she is to have me in her life. And I just said, the same for me. It's everybody comes into your life for a reason. They may not be able to stay because, we all move in different directions. But I think the important thing is that you can count when you need to. Actually, I just literally texted a friend of mine I haven't seen for a year because I thought of something for him. And you don't need hello, how are you? Because obviously you slip back into it. And I love friendships like that. No guilt, where the fuck have you been? What are you up to? I can't do that anymore. I think we're all too grown up for that. I had friends of mine from London in this weekend, and ones I got absolutely wasted with. And I don't think they got wasted, actually, which I think was probably just me. But, I hadn't seen them for 2 years, or year maybe. And it was just so nice, because you just pick up from where you left off, and there's no that's it. I think the only thing that's changed is a few more children between us. So I think setting your boundaries, not being disheartened by everyone, make yourself have fun. Number one, last night we went to Coldplay. What an experience. I took the kids. It was really, really like theatre. It's really good to have a night like that. It was really wonderful. The kids enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I can't really fault it. It was a complete palaver to get the tickets. We got the tickets, worth every penny. But those kind of things, you know, make memories this year. I think the one thing that maybe all of this that's going on in the world, and I know you can't, you know, compare, but between war and devastation and all of these things is that, you know, nothing's guaranteed.